Turn it a tiny bit. Which way?
Towards you.
Towards me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Still connecting up.
Maybe.
It's probably connected now. You want to do the intro?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Miriam, co-founder and COO of Keto Chow.
I'm Chris, also co-founder, president, and the technical guy behind Keto Chow, who got all this set up. Hey, we even got a bird in the background today. Anyway, if you're brand new to Keto Chow, it's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto easy. We also have some electrolyte supplements that are amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon for daily updates on all our Keto Chow happenings. These live streams help us be accountable and stay on track. Thanks so much for joining us on our journey.
Yeah, and in the outdoors today.
In the outdoors.
We even got the cool maple trees behind us. Ooh. And we had to move because the sun came out. It's kind of overcast today. It was.
You can see it in the trees.
Clouds.
We just can't see it on the gravel behind.
Anyway, Dennis is on. Says greetings. Becky
Hi,
says,
Dennis.
love you guys. Hope you had a great July 4th. Off to Miami.
Ooh, Miami.
Bienvenido a Miami. Candace is on. Older Pennsylvania says, good morning, everyone. Lori says, beautiful backdrop.
Thank you.
All right. Becky's on also. Dennis says, greetings, salutations to all bears and Keto Chow chat room denizens. Right. Susan says, hi, guys. Lena says, good morning. Laura says, morning all. Elizabeth says, good morning, you two bears.
Good morning.
You've only been awake for like 15 minutes.
Probably like 20.
Oh, yeah, it's more like 20. I'm like, I need to wake up Miriam. I kept on letting her sleep, but no, it's time to get up now.
So nice. I had an alarm set.
Did you? For what time?
9.
Oh, sorry.
Get out of bed.
Marie says, good morning from North Carolina. It's my birthday today.
Marie.
1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Marie. Happy birthday to you.
From the forest.
From the forest. Gina says, good morning, everyone. Glenda is on as well. Elizabeth says, I had an irritable bladder problem and been told to avoid artificial sweeteners. And then it cut off.
Darn. I hope you're doing better.
Well, she was asking a question, I think, about the artificial sweeteners in Keto Chow. Candace says, good morning, all. Now, the question is, which specific artificial sweeteners are they talking about?
And are they also asking you to avoid regular sweeteners? Because if you have a bladder infection or any kind of infection, sugar is probably going to make it worse, regardless.
We do have the monk fruit Keto Chow, and we also have 4 flavors that have no sweetener in them at all.
That's right.
Anyway, Ken says, good morning, for chocolate peanut butter for lunch with some keto yogurt.
Ooh.
Carl says, good morning. Floyd is on. No government mail. It's the 4th holiday. There you
go. That means we are closed today. And
yes,
so we aren't sending out any packages because the post is not open. So
it wouldn't do us a lick of good.
Just so you know, if you ordered this weekend, it will not be here on the regular time that it is. It'll be a day later.
Yep. It'll be one bat day later.
One bat time, one bat channel.
Yep. Okay, so she says, is Keto Chow okay? I don't know. I don't know why your doctor specifically told you to avoid those. You can try it. I know a lot of people with irritable bowel syndrome or irritable bladder that don't have any problems at all. But I can't really give you medical advice because I don't know the specifics of your situation, unfortunately.
Yep. You could also take it into your doctor and show them the ingredients.
Yep. And all the other foods you want to eat as well. Rihanna says, good morning. Getting ready for work. My job was off Saturday, so we're working today.
Okay.
Let's see. Madeline says, hope everyone had a great 4th of July. Kimberly's on from Arkansas.
Hi, Kimberly.
Marie says, thank you. Jerry says, good morning. Jerry and Patty are here.
Hi, guys.
She says, good morning. I've been drinking only half of my chow and haven't had any bathroom issues.
Oh, that's good.
Fat Unicorn says, good morning. Our first official day with keto today. Thanks, Keto Chow, for helping out with that. Just shared about the shakes with another friend.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad you're doing good.
Tammy says, use pina colada, mixed it with orange cream and banana to make a tropical punch Keto Chow shake. It was amazing.
Yeah.
By the way, good morning from Indiana.
That's awesome.
Elizabeth is on.
Hi,
Let's
Elizabeth.
see. Dan says, good morning from Med City. Where's Med City?
I don't know.
Dan, tell us where Med City is. I don't know where that is. Mike is on, says, good morning. TC's Life says, happy day after 4th.
Yeah.
Let's see. Candace says, how do I push through intermittent fasting when I want to break from intermittent fasting? I don't know. I'm not sure the situation that you're in. So Do you got any sage words of advice?
How do you break from intermittent fasting? Just eat food? That's just...
No, how do I push through intermittent fasting when I want to break?
Have some salt. If you feel ill, you probably want to break your fast regardless, because you don't want to not feel good. You can have some water with some salt, have some pickle juice.
Don't do more than necessary. You're not winning any awards by sticking to a fast if you don't feel well.
Yeah. So it's okay if you break your fast, and don't just berate and beat up yourself, because you still made it as far as you did. And you can try again when you're more prepared.
Dan says it's in Rochester, Minnesota.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Hey, Ryan's on.
Hey, Ryan.
Ryan Printy.
Oh, I know him.
Yeah. Chad says, greetings all. I Create My Life says, I was wondering how to make the gravy for the drop biscuits. We did that yesterday. It's really simple.
So easy.
Here's what I did. I took some ground sausage and I put it into a big cast iron pan and I cooked it. And when it was done cooking, I took some heavy cream and I went, and I said,
you put in what, a quart?
That's enough. So well, it depends on how much sausage is in there. You just keep adding it until you're like, you know what, that's enough. And then you get it up to the point where it starts to like bubble because it's starting to boil. You don't want to go further than that because you will separate the fats in the cream from the protein, and you'll just get a big layer of stuff on top. And then I was like, I want it a little bit thicker, so I put in some chicken soup, Keto Chow, and thickened it up. But you don't have to do that. You can also add onions. It's super simple.
Yeah. It's also on our website if you do want to look at it.
Yes, I believe it is. Yeah, he said I added heavy cream to the fat left over. So I didn't even drain the sausage at all. So, yeah. Let's see. Old Prince Savannah says, so a full week of no dairy, and the only difference is I'm cranky and annoyed. Wondering how soon I can stop this if I don't manifest any changes. I don't know. That's a good question. Elizabeth says, I wish I could just buy pickle juice. I've seen places that have pickle juice. I
think you can, yeah.
You could always buy the really big jars of pickles tend to have a
ton of juice.
A ton of juice with fewer pickles. You could even slice up the pickles into spears.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Devin says, good morning. Candace says, thanks. Trini says, tried my first shake tonight. Can't wait. Oh, trying my first shake tonight. Nice. Can't wait. Chocolate peanut butter smells better. It is
chocolate so peanut butter is so good.
Shane says, Keto Chow helped me break my month-long plateau, and I have dropped 14 pounds in 3 weeks on 2 Keto Chows a day only. Intermittent fast for 18 hours and chow for lunch and dinner, only 20 pounds to go.
So one thing, though, if you're only doing 2 Keto Chows and then not eating the rest of the time, you're not getting all your nutrients and vitamins and protein. So you may need to have 3 and just have 2 at the same time, or have some meat because you don't want to start having hair loss or having vitamin deficiencies. So that's just something you need to consider.
So Marla, going along with us, says, what happens if I only feel like having 2 shakes per day and that's all I have except water?
I would eat some meat. And if you eat it with your Keto Chow.
Or less fat in the Keto Chow.
And then have 3 of them.
And then 3. Yeah. Because each Keto Chow gives you a third of your daily nutrients. And if you're only eating 2, then you are going to be deficient rather quickly if this goes on for an extended period of time on all your B vitamins, vitamin A, vitamin D, all of that.
Vitamin K,
so I would not recommend only eating 2 Keto Chows a day and no other food.
If you want to put it all together and have it to get 2 Keto Chows and meat at one time, like if you want to have a really narrow eating window, you can do that. You just need to make sure you get enough rich nutrients at some point in your day.
Yes. Jerry says mental. That's one of the hardest things to wrap my head around. Doing too much when your body hurts isn't good. I'm not in a race with anyone and don't have to prove anything except to myself.
Nope. And you just need to take care of you. And sometimes that means taking a rest.
Yes. Okay. Older Pennsylvania says the beef added in also makes a lovely gravy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it
does. Shane says, yeah, that was supposed to say keto, not carry. That's okay. I knew what you meant. Fat Unicorn said, just wondering about pickle juice. You can buy the brine to add pickles. You just make that and drink it. Something to investigate. The nice thing about pickle juice also is that it has, what's it called? Well, it's the vinegar is a fatty acid as well. So it can boost your energy levels as well. I just like pickle juice just because it's super salty and garlicky and vinegary and all that other stuff. But you can just mix salt with water and have that.
Yeah, another thing you can do is have some chicken broth
Yep.
or bone broth or beef broth, because that, technically is ending your fast, but a lot of times the reason why you need to end a fast is because you need electrolytes. And so if you just have some broth, it has a lot of salt in it, and that helps.
Yep. Shane says, I did cheat and had meat off the grill yesterday for the 4th.
That's not cheating.
Yeah. I
Delicious.
I actually haven't had Keto Chow since Friday.
Yeah, me too.
We had Keto Chow as we were driving up. That was our dinner. And then let's see, let's name off what we had. So Saturday we had, we were supposed to have biscuits and gravy, but we didn't.
Yep.
Instead we had bacon and sausage and eggs. Terrible.
Breakfast.
Then for dinner, what did we have for dinner? Hamburgers and hot dogs, but just hamburgers, like the patties and hot dogs.
Yep.
Sunday morning, we were fasting in the morning, so we got up and made, after we were back here, we made the biscuits and gravy, and that was delicious.
Yep.
And then last night we had chicken breasts that we cooked on the grill.
Yes.
And along with some broccoli. And this morning it's like leftover stuff.
Yep.
And yeah.
And we're starting our PSMF week this week. We're finished with the 90-day challenge.
Okay.
We forgot to take measurements on Friday. Yeah, kind of behind.
Yeah.
A couple weeks behind. But for results, we'll find out when we get back tomorrow.
Okay. Lainey says, can you do 2 scoops in one shake?
Yeah.
You can mix up 2 at the same time and drink a really big shake if you wanted to do that. A lot of times people will, if they only want to eat twice, they'll mix up 3 shakes at a time.
Split them into two bigger ones.
And again, Keto Chow is a tool. You don't have to only do Keto Chow. And don't, unless you've got a specific reason why you're doing that, doing regular keto foods is fantastic. That's what we did this whole weekend. Yep. So,
because we had time to cook.
Yep. Dennis says, I mixed 3 into the volume of 2. Cream added at the last moment fills me up. Okay. Perfect. Laura says Amazon has pickle juice only, as do some grocery stores.
Yeah. You want to make sure it's not like a sweet pickle juice, though.
Yep.
It needs to be dill, the sour.
Easy Zells is on. Glenda wants to know, do you think taking a fish oil capsule will break her fast? So there's usually very few calories in fish oil capsules. Yeah. I would say probably not, unless you're taking the stuff that you have to take like 5 of them in order to get the right amount of omega-3s.
Yeah, the other thing is too, fish pills, you have to read on the bottle, because it'll say 1 or 2 is a serving, but you need to do some math to figure out what you actually need. So it's not always accurate.
Jerry has a really interesting question. Have you ever done the drop biscuits on the Blackstone, or do you use the oven or air fryer? We've always done it in the oven.
We've always baked them in the oven.
Imagine putting the biscuits on the griddle and cooking them up kind of like a pancake. They would
go flat.
I'm sure that they would be flat,
but they would probably still be good, and
they
it would
still
maybe
puff
stick
up
to the thing. You'd have to put bacon grease or something on it. So then
There's
really
always
would
bacon grease on there.
It really would cook almost like a pancake. Probably it just wouldn't be quite as flat
or fluffy. You mean?
I mean, quite as fluffy.
Yeah. It would still be a really good medium for the delicious gravy, though.
Yeah, and you cut it up anyway.
I'm willing to try it next time. Let's see. Petit D says, morning vacationing, Mom and Papa Bear. I'm doing Keto Chow, 2 Keto Chows a day, but supplementing with liver capsules along with my omega-3 and K plus D. Should that be sufficient? And it says my macros look okay on chronometer. You're probably still going to be missing out on some vitamins, but again, if you're doing it once or twice a day or once or twice a week where you're not getting enough of them, that's probably going to be okay.
Deal. It's when you do it all the time.
Yeah. Don't go extended periods of time with only 2 Keto Chows. That's a recipe for disaster. If you're eating other foods in addition to it, then I think that you're going to be fine.
Well, and like I said, if you want that narrow eating window, eat a can of tuna fish at the same time that you're eating Keto Chow, so you get that extra, the extra protein, the extra vitamins.
Okay, Floyd wants to know what the flavor of the week is. Okay, It should be.
I'm not sure if it's
natural strawberry. The Go Packs. Nick said, are you okay posting it on Monday morning when we're off work? He's like, oh yeah, I can totally get it up. So if everything went according to plan, then the flavor of the week is the natural strawberry Go Packs.
Yep. There's also a promotion we have going on with Bolero, which we're so excited. about Bolero because it's a drink mix. It's like Crystal Light or any other like drop-in drink mix. But we had them at Keto Salt Lake 2 years ago, 2019, and they're delicious, right? But they had maltodextrin in
just a little
them,
bit,
just like a Crystal Light or like a Great Value or whatever powder
that I'm
drink.
looking at right there.
Yeah, and we've drank them and thought that it's not that big a deal.
It's like
But
1 gram.
it's nice to know they took the maltodextrin out.
Yes, they did.
So our grass movement, keto fight is being heard somewhere. So it's really exciting that they changed their recipe of the.
What's up? Yeah. Oh, more. Okay.
The key to the gate is the truck. My brother's in London and he can't come. Some people we know at another key are like way gone, so they can't come. We're just wondering if our parents just sent us thoughts. Yeah.
What can we help you with?
No idea. They just sent us to go out. Yeah.
Do you want to walk over there and see, and I'll say.
Sure.
Okay.
Here.
I'll take this. Okay.
No problem.
Grab some keys.
Got my phone, so.
Oh. Do you want to take my phone, Chris?
Sure. I'd love to take your phone.
Here. Take my phone. Some camp neighbors got their keys locked in their truck, so Chris is gonna go help them out. Okay, so what were we saying? Let me think. I don't remember. We'll just go back to the comments now. Okay, let's see. Oh, Rhonda says, good morning. Bears and Chow found doing PSMF today, and I'm excited. I am excited, too, about the PSMF. So I've been looking this whole weekend at meal plans, at videos, like PSMF videos, and what I've discovered, right? It's not necessarily a calorie restriction, because at first I thought that you were supposed to be, sorry, it's pull this weed out from under my foot. You're supposed to be like 500 calories a day, but I don't think it's necessarily that you're looking at a calorie. What you're looking for is protein. So you want to have very, very lean protein so you don't have a lot of fat and you don't have a lot of carbs. And so what I'm focusing on is 2 days and then a regular day and then 2 days this week. And I figure I'm going to get myself through this week, see how it goes, and then I will kind of reevaluate week after. And so what I'm going to do is have the Keto Chow with 10 grams of fat for like breakfast and lunch, and then have a lean meat for dinner. So like chicken or tuna fish. I've got the whole meal plan written out, and I'll show it to you probably tomorrow because we'll be able to be at a computer and I can get close and stuff. But I'm excited to give it a try this week and see if I can make my weight move some more. And it'll be interesting to see how I feel. And I'm going to make sure that on the days that I'm not doing PSMF, I have something really delicious that's keto with like butter and cheese and stuff, so I don't feel like I'm neglecting myself on the PSMF days because I can't have cheese or butter, and I'm not going to be pouty about it because I know I'm going to have really good food on the non-PSMF days. So I like have in my plan like jalapeno poppers and deviled eggs and like really yummy red meats. Another thing that I'm a little bit concerned about for myself is since I'm doing lean meats, I'm going to have to make sure to take a liver pill, a desiccated liver pill, because like this whole week is mostly chicken. And since I usually eat a lot of red meat, I'm going to make sure that I try to supplement with that liver so I don't have my iron go low. So that's what I'm just going to do for myself. And then I do have like a couple of like a filet and a pulled pork and stuff in there too. So anyway, that's kind of my plan for this week. I'm super excited about it. We're gonna make the PSMF bread, and I'm gonna buy the carton of egg whites because so many things call for egg whites, and I don't want to have to stress about wasting my yolks or using them on different days. I just want to get the carton, so I'm gonna do that also. So hopefully it'll be fun, and we'll catch up on. We'll probably do like our update on our day and tell you maybe what we ate the day before and see how things are going, because I'm super interested to try this. There's a bug on phone. I've been interested to try this for quite some time. So And I'm so excited that it's just a little, and then, I still can have all the keto things that I like, just not on the PSMF days. Okay. Okay. Elizabeth says, what is PSMF? So protein sparing modified fast is what that is. And it's not necessarily, the reason why it's called protein sparing is it's like you're doing a fast day, except instead of eating no food, you're eating lean protein. And that's so that you don't lose lean muscle. Because a lot of times people are worried about losing lean muscle when they're fasting. And I've done a lot of fasting, and I really, not a lot of fasting. I feel like I've done a lot of fasting. I haven't done super long extended fasting, but I've done quite a few 72s and 36 and 48 and 24s, so I've done quite a bit of fasting. The thing I really like about fasting is if I'm just not eating, I'm just not eating. I don't have any, reason to have a treat or a snack because I'm just not eating. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes this week. Another thing I've already told myself, if I'm hungry, I'm just going to eat more lean protein. I'm not going to freak out and make myself be miserable. If I'm hungry, I'm going to eat. And I've already told myself that. So maybe I get sick of chicken breast, whatever, then that's fine. But I'm not going to suffer. So I'm preparing myself for the worst just in case. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's see. Julie says, thank you both. I really look forward to your lives. Oh, thanks, Julie. That's so nice. Lainey says, which live stream do you discuss PSMF? I want to do it, but protein is overwhelming to me. And that's we're just going to talk about it on our daily live streams. I'll probably make a video about it too, just by itself, so that we can post it, because we haven't done it before. We haven't done it with Keto Chow, and it will be nice to have some, just a video of our experience. And we do know that there's a lot of people out there that have done it. Maria and Craig are Emmerich are like the Bible on the PSMF. Really, they have talked about it for years and years. And Maria used to call it just a pure protein day, and she doesn't like fasting. And I think she's a lean mass hyper responder, and so that could be because fasting doesn't work for her as well. And that's okay. Everybody does keto differently, and that's totally fine. But it's really nice to be able to have those resources. So I have both of her carnivore books. So I have a protein sparing modified fast book, and then her carnivore book too, which a lot of them you can adapt to protein sparing by removing more of the fat, which a lot of times is removing the dairy. So Terry, we're kind of with you on the no dairy for a while, because it's going to be a lot easier to have less fat if we just take out the dairy. So there we go. To Fix MJ says, no keto chow for breakfast today. I ate paleo, 2 scrambled eggs with 1/5 of a smashed banana and a good shake of cinnamon, side of 20 blueberries and a spoonful of almond butter and 2 strips of bacon. Oh, that sounds yummy. And like I said, everybody does keto differently. So MJ was just saying, they did a banana today, and that probably worked out well for her. I think I would probably struggle with that, so that's okay. So TC says, idea, sell the Keto Chow recipe box in each quarter, sell the packet of the recipes for the previous quarter from the Chow box for those who can't get the box. Oh, that's a good idea. Thanks. Floyd says, 2 smoothies and daily minerals acceptable. 2 smoothies like 2 Keto Chows. Well, the daily minerals are minerals, not vitamins. So what we were talking about earlier, that that if you do 2 Keto Chows, you're not going to get enough vitamins. You will want to have the daily minerals probably too, because you're not going to get minerals, but you could just get that with salt and other, things, electrolytes. But it's the vitamins that you're missing out on that you're not going to get if you have 2 Keto Chows only. So the D and A, and you can supplement with vitamin pills or whatever if you want to, that's totally fine. You just have to do a little bit of math and figure that out. But we just want to make sure that you're aware, if you do just 2 Keto Chows only, those vitamins you're not going to be receiving for your body. So how do you spell the name of the drinks? Oh, I'm not sure, TC. Say that in a different way so I can understand what you mean. Shane says, if Keto Chow offered 120 Chow Club box, then I could do a 3 a day, but in the meantime, oh, hello, I'll get eggs and bacon for breakfast. Ooh, that sounds good. This is Kate. Hi, Kate's doing keto, and she's been doing keto for how long? How many years have you been doing keto?
Like 4.
Yeah, 4 years. And we talked about her before. She does keto so much for her depression. And do you feel like that still helps you?
Yeah.
With depression, even though she's still on medication and she's still doing other things to treat that? Let's see. Laura says, exciting to that they removed the maltodextrin. Oh yeah. Okay, so that was what we were talking about. Thank you for Laura for saying that out loud. So we're talking about Bolero. So we're talking about flavor of the week is natural strawberry, right? Well, we have a promotion going on with Bolero. If you order the flavor of the week, you will get like a little pop up in the cart that says, "Would you like this free gift?" And it is 6 flavors of the Bolero drink mix. That's what we didn't say.
Bolero?
So it's like a little Crystal Light, like it's just a little drink mix that you put into your water. But the cool thing about Bolero is they took out the maltodextrin, so it has good sweetener in it now, and it's totally keto. It does have sucralose in it, so if you don't like sucralose, you're probably not gonna like it. But and their flavors are really good. I would water them down personally, but I water down a lot of things, so it just depends on how sweet and flavorful you want things. But anyway, that's the promotion we have going on. If you buy the natural strawberry flavor of the week, you'll get that pop up in your cart that'll say, "Would you like this free gift?" And that's what that is, the Bolero. It'll say it on there, Bolero, 6 flavors of Bolero. So you'll get those free, and we'll send them to you this week. So that's that. Da-da-da. Don't you just love camping neighbors? Actually, we never see anybody because at our property we have this really, really long driveway that's on our own place, and so nobody walks up here. So the fact that those 2 girls walked up here meant that they were in peril because they had to walk all the way up the driveway and then over to where people would be because we're completely covered by trees. Nobody can see us. And I mean, they could hear us. They could know that we were here, especially since we're noisy. But hopefully Chris can be helpful to them, even if he just goes and unlocks the gate for them so they can get out of the mountain to go get a locksmith or something, like, hopefully. But they were cute. They were teenagers. Anyway, okay. Jerry says maltodextrin. Elizabeth says, "Hey bears, how many tablespoons of starter yogurt do you use in the gallon of milk for the yogurt?" I would just dump the whole yogurt in to make it, because we're talking about using the cultures in a regular, like as low of sugar you can find, yogurt into the Fairlife to make it into yogurt. So I just dump the whole yogurt in.
And then you can use the other yogurt when
Yeah.
you're making new
And then
yogurt.
when you make new yogurt, just use the old yogurt, put some of it in. We actually took a little container and put some of the yogurt and put it in the freezer so that we don't have to buy cultures or buy the yogurt for next time. We just take it out and dump it in there. So that works out. Oh, Candace says, "How do you spell the drink company?" It's literally like Jacket Bolero, Bolero. Bolero, I'm pretty sure. My name says very neighborly. Oh, yes. Julie says, "I don't really understand the PSMF." And you know what? I think we just have to research and figure out what you want to do for yourself. I also, I struggle if I have too many variables and too many things I'm focusing on. So I have to make things like pretty dumbed down for myself so that I can be successful. You think so? Yeah.
I think that was funny.
Yeah. Oh, you have a little bit of food right here. So anyway, I just have to focus on, I'm just focusing on my protein goal and getting the fat and the carbs as low as possible. I'm not going to have a specific fat goal. I'm not going to have a specific carb goal. I'm just going to have it as low as possible. And that is just a little bit easier for me to digest. So that's why I'm doing it that way for myself. And we're going to try it and see how it goes. And then we'll let you know next week. Adrienne says, "Bet you can't do PSMF with Casey, can you?" I'm going to do it with Keto Chow. It does have milk protein, but PSMF doesn't mean no milk. PSMF just means low fat. And so we're going to do the 10 grams of fat because you need to have fat to absorb the vitamins. So we're going to have as low fat as we can, but we're not going to have no fat. So it should be good.
That's the thing that you were talking about last night with all of the chicken.
Yes, all of the chicken. Yeah, the kids are going to be so sick of chicken breast. But I'm excited about it. I think it'll be good. And then the week after, I kind of did a tentative plan for the week after, and that's the week that Joe and Rachel are going to be here. So we're probably going to do PSMF the first of the week, and then OMAD every day that they're here, which will work out because then we can have food. And then when they leave, we'll go back on to the probably 2 days on, 2 days off, 2 days on, 2 days on, 1 day, 2 days on. So we'll see when we get there because that's 3 weeks away, really, on that third week. Oh, and Mike said he made PSMF rolls last night. So that's awesome. We did the posts that I don't know if you guys saw on Instagram and Facebook stories. The like little sheet cake thing that we made was there was a PSMF recipe for that. It's the egg whites bottom that's like the PSMF bread is the bottom, and then it was a cream cheese with sweetener for the topping, and then it was just fruit on the top. It was really good.
Mm-hmm.
But there is the other option is a PSMF option, which is Maria's egg pudding with just egg whites. So, and we already know we love that, except it's not with the chocolate. It's just with the eggs. So we'll do that at some point. I know I marked it PSMF, but you can do it not with cream cheese. So I guess my post is misleading because it looks like I did the PSMF recipe, but I didn't. I did the regular recipe, but it's so nice that it has that option. And that's what's so cool about Maria's recipes. A lot of them do have the PSMF option. And really, any of her recipes that have meat in it that are dairy-free are going to be close to PSMF anyway. So that's cool. It's cool. Oh, it sounds like Chris is coming back. I saw the Keto Rewind video making PSMF bread. Good video, and her kids are cute. Oh, yeah, thanks. I haven't actually looked her up yet. Mimi says, and bone mass. Oh, yes. Definitely want to not have loss of bone mass, for sure. Rhonda says, I'm having cheese in my omelet. I just worked it into my macros. You're so right about liver. I thought about taking my beef liver. Then I throw it back in the freezer. Maybe I should. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do it, the desiccated liver pills, just so that I don't go low in iron. Yeah, he's totally back. So, Slow Cup Girl, we love chicken thighs. Yeah, I always have chicken thighs. Nice hat. My name says, I have a NASA hat in a different color. Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, because you have a NASA hat. Mike is saying that to you. Rhonda says hi. Shauna says hi, Miriam and daughter. Yeah, she is my mini-me. Nan says she's a mini-me.
Hi.
Okay, Chris is back. Do you want to jump out?
Yep.
She's like,
we're actually really behind on comments, honey.
Oh.
I was monologuing.
Where are we at?
I just said Nan's Miriam.
Okay, so Elizabeth wants to know, is Crystal Light not keto? It has maltodextrin in it.
Yeah, and the thing is, you have to decide for yourself, like,
is
what
1 gram of maltodextrin okay for you? Well, in which case, there you go.
Fine with it, and
now
you may be really
the liquid squeezy kind does not have any.
Yes, and so does the Great Value. The squeezy kind doesn't have maltodextrin in it.
How old is Kate?
17.
Let's see. He says, yeah, sorry, I'm late. 2KK ran late today. Yeah, I did.
That's okay.
Blue says, Crystal Light is not clean keto, since the sweeteners and flavors are not the best quality. And it's more the maltodextrin.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Janice says, good morning. Margie says, good morning. Mike says, looking forward to the meet up.
Oh, yeah. Are you coming? Did you decide if you're coming, Mike?
Keto Crafter says, good morning, Miriam.
Good morning.
Jana says, Rachel.
I don't see Rachel.
I think I'm going to order some of those desiccated liver pills. Older Pennsylvania says, Wendy had the pudding using the store-bought hard-boiled eggs and just used the whites, and they loved it.
Yeah, so that's why I'm going to get the carton of whites.
Okay.
So I was talking about the recipe we made last night. Mm-hmm. Another option was to make Maria's pudding, the egg pudding without the chocolate.
Okay.
And then it would be white, and using only the whites. That's a PSMF version.
Protein spray. Did you already answer that question? What is PSMF?
Yeah, we've been talking about it this whole time.
Okay. Let's see. Shane says, did you get their keys out of the car? No. So the plan is they have some family members. Okay, first off, they have Apple Watches, so they're able to, even though the phones are in the car, they are able to send and receive phone calls and text messages using their Apple Watches.
Cool.
They have family that's driving from Manti to Spanish Fork and then back.
To get their keys.
So we will be letting them in the gate.
Okay. So we're letting their family in the gate.
Yeah. So I figure we can take time and really clean the trailer good.
Okay.
We'll be about an hour and a half. So
that'll be a perfect time to eat breakfast and stuff too.
Yep. Shane said, oh yeah, Candace says, what is the brand of drink powder you're talking about? That's Bolero, right?
Yes, Bolero.
Yep. And there should be a giveaway. Someone
I
else
talked about
said
that too.
that it's still showing, where is that? Still showing the cookies and cream. Patty said flavor of the week is still showing.
Okay. Yeah, we'll check
Now, it
that.
might be that he just forgot to clear the cache. And so
Yeah.
the header at the top is showing this, the
So
flavor
if
of the
you
week.
go to the natural strawberry and click on the Go Packs, it should be the right price. But tell us if it's not so we can fix it.
Okay. I said Rachel because that's what my autocorrect turned Rhonda into. Mike says they're planning on coming. I'm making the arrangements to go. I read arguments to go. I'm like, you're making the arguments to go? It's like, what is this, debate class?
Yeah.
Miss Congeniality says, greetings.
Greetings.
Rhonda says, gotta love cellular Apple watches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can your watch do calls?
It can, but it tends to make the battery go down quicker, and I don't like the call quality. So, plus I feel like Dick Tracy. It's like, hello. Debbie says, I have a question about magnesium. I take it at night.
Good.
Help me sleep and alleviate leg cramps. Some nights it tastes horrible, and other nights it tastes okay.
If it tastes okay, then that means you need more.
That seems to be
I mean, that's just what we found. Yeah.
Your body tends to identify nutrients as necessary and desirable and adjusts your taste to match that, which is why if you are really low on salt, salty stuff tastes good. Whereas the same amount of saltiness at other times
tastes salty.
Is like, whoa, no way.
Yeah.
Now, this is, of course, a theory according to Chris, who is not a scientist and not a doctor.
Yeah.
But it seems to track.
Yeah.
So if you are having magnesium and you're like, oh, yeah, that actually tastes okay. And other times it's like, oh, wow, that's too much. When it tastes okay, it's probably your body identifying it as something that it needs and sending you a signal that you need more of it. Your body has a lot of feedback mechanisms like that, as far as I can tell. The one thing that is completely short-circuited by any aversion feedback mechanism seems to be sugar and carbs. Our body knows how, if you have enough water, you won't be thirsty. If you have enough salt will taste salty to you. When you have had enough protein and fat, your body says, you know what?
I'm full.
I'm done with the bacon. But it's not hard to eat an entire bag of Doritos and just keep on going.
Hi.
So, and I think that some of that is probably due to our ancestral, when it was harvest time and sugar and carbs were available to eat, it would be in our best interests
to eat a ton and gain weight for the winter.
So in the presence of sugar and carbs, it would be logical for when you start to eat it, your body saying, oh, is that available?
I want that.
I want more.
A lot of that.
So it would be triggering more desire to eat it rather than, I've had enough of this pumpkin pie. Maybe I should stop.
Yeah, so it's our body. We're sabotaging ourselves.
Got me monologuing. Donnie says, eggnog, not just for the holidays. Love it.
Yeah.
Sean says, I know you mentioned before, what brand of desiccated liver pills do you take?
We have them on our favorite things page. I can't remember what the brand is.
I don't remember what it is. I remember it every time I see it. I'm
Amazon,
like, oh, yeah, that's right.
Just go to the favorite things and click over to it, and you'll see it. There are other ones that are like grass-fed.
TC says I use Equip's liver pills. I think they're on sale today.
Oh, yeah. Equip, and then there's what's that really expensive brand that's super fancy pants?
I don't know.
We've got that kind too.
There goes the go-kart.
Yeah.
Rhonda says 80 Keto talked about the protein sparing bread. I love it, but they found it to be too dry. You guys, if you make it, you shouldn't over whip when adding the egg power. Incorporate it at low speed.
Okay. Well, and you know what, too? Cindy's been making it, and she was not whipping it long enough. So you don't want to break your yolks, but you also need to actually get it to get the volume because it won't stay up if you don't get the volume. So when we made that little dessert, it didn't matter that it flattened out because we were going to cover it with stuff anyway. But we could have probably whipped it a lot longer, and it would have been fluffier, too.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Elizabeth says, some products like Liquid CL are more expensive. And on $987 a month, fixed income for everything, rent, utilities, etc., it can be hard to be clean or perfect. I do my best. You do your best, and that's
Yes.
great.
And you know what? Don't let anyone tell you you're bad because you're not eating grass-fed beef or whatever. Like, you can get the on sale meat that's just fine. Like, you can still do keto on hot dogs, whatever.
Yes, you can. Ground beef and hot dogs with mustard is perfectly acceptable.
And please, if you can't afford Keto Chow, don't buy it. Like, that's just fine.
Let's see. Cynthia says, good morning. John says, I can't do organ meat. Even cooked, the texture makes me gag. Joe Raison says, good morning. Been catching on the live streams today. Nice to have a Monday off. Yeah. I completely missed Autumn's. I
didn't even check
I was just like, you know what?
I was sleeping.
Miriam is totally asleep, and I'm not going to get out my laptop at that point.
I just can't sleep good camping, so I've been sleeping in the morning, but still not very much.
Sean wants to know, how do you feed pills grass? Debbie says, thank you. That's kind of what I was thinking. I had in reverse. You guys are awesome. I have a great rest of the day to finish out the holiday weekend. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Cindy says, I wasn't a fan of the chocolate raspberry. About 21 pack. I used 1 packet with 2 chocolate toffees. Delicious. Added to my coffee as well.
Nice. That's awesome.
Keto Crafter says Ancestral Supplements is expensive.
Yes, that's
and so is Heart and Soil brand of beef organs, liver pills, and such. But apparently the sources from New Zealand are better than Argentina.
Apparently. That's the brand that we've had.
They've got
before.
hobbits in New Zealand, so.
But it's like, honestly, the desiccated liver pills are like $50 for the whole thing, and I'm not that concerned about it. Like, if you're biohacking, get closer to, doing everything perfect, sure, but I'm not there, and I am not going to spend $50 on a pill that I maybe don't need.
Keto Crafter says, I don't know if I agree with that, but that's what many are saying in their books.
Yeah.
About New Zealand versus Argentina. Elizabeth says, thanks. Shauna says, so is kiwi liver better than Spanish liver? Maybe.
Apparently it is.
Well, so that's about it for today. Thanks everybody for joining us. We got to go clean up stuff and sweep. And
breakfast.
I'm thinking about getting a macerator for the.
I totally think you should. How?
Well, the thing about the mace. Okay, for those of you who don't know what a macerator is, so a macerator is a pump that grinds stuff up.
Let's talk about poop.
So the takeaway is you can hook it onto the black water tank on the trailer, and then get a storage bladder that you put in the back of the truck. Mm-hmm. And so we would be able to use the potty in the trailer and then fill through a garden hose. Mm-hmm. It'll pump the stuff into the storage container in the back of the truck. And then we would be able to empty that. It would still be using a wagon of doom, but it's a lot easier.
Yeah, I don't see how it's that much easier if it's the same.
Getting it in there.
Okay.
Anyway, let's see. John says, have a safe trip home. Elizabeth says, thanks, Bears. Ola Pennsylvania says, have a great rest of the day, and thanks for rescuing your neighbor. Well, they're not rescued yet, but it's in process.
Well, you should have invited them over for breakfast.
I actually did say, do you guys want to come up? Because they're just there with a bunch of logs that they've cut. And they're like, you know what? We're okay here. I'm like,
we could bring them some chairs.
They have chairs.
Oh, okay. They're just hanging out with their logs.
Yep. So, anyway, everybody have a fantastic day, and we will catch you tomorrow.
Bye.
And I'll go check on the flavor. Okay, bye.